Okay. There's Hero. And the drum teacher. I'm gonna turn somebody over right now. What?
They found out about 40, I think.
How did they find that out?
Okay, well first...
Well, you know that they found out?
Yeah, everyone finished talking.
About you recording?
Yes.
How do they know that you're doing
Okay,
it?
it started with this. Nick was, like, wondering about why it was, whether it was continuous or not. That's all we found out. And Trey overheard it. Trey ran to Parker, told her I was recording people. Then Parker pulled me out and asked me about it. I showed her, I said, damn, this is the USB. She opened up and she said, ready for USB. She was believing me all. And then went back into class. It was Nick made with Trey. I was like, no, it's not recording. And,
okay.
yeah, oh my god. Then, and just after before lunch, this Parker called me out again and said, well, the reason you can't record during testing, that's why, because no electronic devices can use during testing. I think that's because she realized that could be we do it.
Yeah.
But, she just said, Steven Stein, no electronic during testing. I said, it's not recording. And, then, at lunch, she said Miss Johnson wanted to see it, so I showed Miss Johnson. Just wanted to push buttons, and I said, oh, I see you jumped in from the, computer. And, then they went away.
Okay.
And then, also, she just said that, I said, ma'am, there's a problem, I just at home. And she said, just put it in your backpack. And, yeah, so I pretty much just put them in here. And, let's see. Next, so it came to after Jones class and Mr. Fletcher's. Yeah, Mr. Fletcher's class after class. After all the other about Marble. And they were, going up to Miss Sledge and saying I was recording people. Miss Sledge is saying how you can get arrested for that, and that's illegal. It says if you're recording people, you'll be in big trouble. You'll be arrested.
Nope.
Yeah,
so they believed you when you told them you didn't have a recorder.
Yeah.
They did. Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I'll run okay, the thing happened this morning. They tried to call Nick racist. They paid attention to all this there. I was just sitting there. There was an argument with Ian. Nick asked Ian why are all his friends white. Because all his friends are white. I swear to God. Didn't have one white friend. He asked him that, and then Farrell said he was making racial slurs.
Was he?
No, that's all he asked. He asked why are all his friends white. So she called the office and got Miss Marks down there, shoot out Nick, Miss Farrell said I wasn't doing anything this time.
That you weren't?
Yeah, that I wasn't doing anything.
Uh-huh.
I just got to the point and she said, Miss Barker said, oh, thank God.
God, what a bitch.
Yeah, and
To say that this time, like you've done stuff before.
yeah. But yeah,
So they chewed Nick out?
they pinned him to the bottom.
What did he say when they were saying stuff to him?
He should be respected, like whenever Miss Barker was here now. He was saying that no, he wasn't doing it, and I tried to be a witness, and they said I wasn't credible as a witness. I was sitting right there. I swear to God, Nick was sitting right in front of me. Nick was on the right of me.
And did you try to tell him that? What did you try to tell him?
I said, man, Ian was saying how, yeah, Ian was insulting him, saying how, you know, press like comments.
Uh-huh.
They just ignored that.
So you were trying to tell him that he didn't do any of the things he was accused of, and they wouldn't let you speak?
Yeah, not really. I told him, I said, all he did was ask him why most of his friends are white. They were saying how this is racial slurs. So, yeah, but.
Well, did he say anything racial?
No,
that's all he said. Is why are all your friends white?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's a racist?
But yeah, did that. But Nick was saying, we got this big argument. He said if I don't send him the file that proves that he didn't say anything, because it was on record, it was recorded that he didn't say any of that.
Yeah. So he knows you recorded.
Yeah, he said.
So did he ask you for the tape or anything?
Yeah, he did. I told him no, I can't, because if I give you that tape, it has narrations on what's happened. So if I give you that tape and then copy it or whatever, and you get Barker to prove he didn't do anything, it will prove how it's recording.
Yeah, it'll also prove that their teacher is lying.
Yeah, but then it got to a big pissing battle, and it got to the point where if I don't send Nick the file with the
recording?
Yeah, that he's gonna tell Miss Barker I was recording and I was lying.
They can't search you.
I know.
The only thing they can do is make you empty out your pockets and your socks and your
I'm gonna
shoes.
take this shit to myself.
And pat you down.
Yeah, and Miss Sledge said if you're recording, she said, in the end, are you recording people? I said, no, ma'am, I am not. And the kids brought over a computer. They searched USB recorder and they brought over images of it, and they said it looks exactly alike. It does, but that's not the point.
Yeah, it's because they also make real USB recorders.
No, they didn't search for the brand. They just searched for USB recorders. They didn't search for my brand.
Shit, where's my damn wallet? Oh, there it is. Okay.
So, I was like, hell, I'm getting the fuck out of here, because they're all going to this pledge and all this shit, and she's threatening to get me arrested. And so I said, man, I think I heard them call my name. And Cameron said, yes, go. And I said, Miss Sledge, Cameron said that they called my name, so I think they called my name, yeah. So I just used that as an excuse to get out of there. And you can't pick me up about 10 minutes later.
Yeah. Well, Nick needs it to exonerate himself. Because if he didn't say anything, then he asked you for the tape. If you give it to him, then they're going to know you were recording. So you could give it to Nick and tell him, you could create an anonymous email account and copy it and put it.
Oh, and he also was logged into his email as well. And Trey walked over and saw the email I told him, where I was telling him about the how they can't if they can't strip search you and shit like that, and how that even if the cops arrest you, they can't search your phone and shit.
Yeah.